For Chapter 24, Courage. I'm setting the kitchen table for dinner when Dad comes in with a box under his arm. The UPS driver just left this out front. It's addressed to you and your mother. He hands me a package about the size of a shoebox. It's from Grandpa. Ben says, "Here's a wild guess. More buttons." And I know Ben's right. Mom moves the salad bowl off the counter. "Put it here." She's more excited than I am, and the knife she uses to slit the tape still has juice on it from cutting tomatoes. Oh, yeah, just like I said, more buttons. Ben is so pleased with himself. I have to resist telling him he's been sort of acting a little mean today. But I can't resist a different comment. Yes, you're a genius at predicting the contents of packages. A lot better than you are at predicting the effects of adjusting supply and demand, like what you told me, like that thing you told me to do. I I never told you to do anything. What did Ben tell you to do? Dad seems very interested. Oh, nothing. I'm just teasing. Right, Ben? Yeah, you're hilarious. Inside the box are two envelopes laid on the top of the buttons, one addressed to each of us. Mom opens hers and begins reading aloud. I can see Grandpa's handwriting on the cream colored notepaper. Dear Carolyn, after some gentle prompting from Grace, I've begun sorting through your mother's upstairs sitting room and study. These buttons were with her sewing things. They reach back several generations, and you'll probably be able to spot a few from your old clothes. If you have any questions about any of the other buttons, I'm sure Grace can teach you all you need to know. Over the next few months, I'll be sending along a few things that you might want to keep. All the rest will be going to a local charity, where I hope they'll do some good. This process was hard for me to begin, but now that I'm well into it, I'm finding so many happy memories, especially of the years when you and your brothers shared this home with us. Thanks for being such a wonderful daughter, and I hope we can all get together this fall or winter. With all my love, Dad. Mom's voice is shaky after she finishes, and she has to brush away a tear, but she makes herself smile. Such a sweet, sweet man. So, let's hear your letter, Grace. But I don't want to get emotional in front of everyone, and I probably would. I'd rather open it later. Is that okay? Sure, that's fine. After dinner and the kitchen cleanup, I've got Grandma's buttons upstairs laid out across my bedspread. Grandpa was right. They go back to the 1800s. I spot 5 or 6 bone buttons right away, plus dozens of shoe buttons and a category that we had to add when Hank and I were sorting our thrift store collection. A shoe button looks sort of like a small pea that has been sliced in half, with a round top and a flat back. Shoe buttons are usually black with one wire loop on the back side. Interesting, but I've seen plenty of buttons recently. What I really need right now is words. And as I begin reading the letter, I can hear Grandpa's voice, strong and clear and kind. Dear Grace, well, I finally found the courage to go through your grandmother's things. Courage might sound like a strange word to choose, but being here in the world on my own, excuse me, being here in the world on my own again is a new experience, and sometimes it can feel a little scary. However, I'm finding the new experiences seem to be exactly what I need. Speaking of newness, our mill building is looking less and less like a graveyard every day. The outside brick has been sandblasted clean. A crew of masons is making sure the walls are sound and weatherproof, and some of the new windows have been installed. I'll text pictures soon. I hope that sometime you'll tell me a little bit about your friend Hank. How's that going? I also hope that you and the unforgettable Miss Emerson have gotten back onto common ground. From my brief time meeting her, I can guess she's not always an easy person to be with, but sometimes friends who make demands on us are the ones worth keeping. And sometimes they're also the ones who most need a true friend. You'll know what's best. And as I'm sure you can understand, a grandmother is not allowed to pick favorite grandchildren. But I know for certain that you have a very special place in your grandmother Marjorie's heart, just as you do in mine, and that will never change. Our time together was the best week of my summer, and I can't wait till you come back for the grand reopening of Burnham Mills. Keep your suitcase handy. With all my love, Grandpa. I cried at the funeral last summer, but This feels different. I'm crying now because I love Grandpa. And I'm crying because Grandma would be disappointed in me. And I'm crying because both of them would tell me that I've been mean to Ellie. And I have. Trying to end the fad? Totally selfish. Everyone else is having fun, and Ellie's being creative, and kids are making things and learning all kinds of stuff. And what am I doing? I'm acting mean and stupid and selfish and spoiled. Everything I've accused Ellie of being. And I'm also crying because Hank was so sweet this afternoon. He knew that I don't want to be at war with Ellie anymore. He knew that. The tears have made some little splashes on Grandpa's letter, and I finally stop. But I don't stop thinking. Because unless I do something, the tears will be a lie, like making a promise and not keeping it. So I put Grandma's buttons back into their box. Then I do my homework, still thinking. I hug my mom when she comes to say goodnight, a long hug. And I keep thinking and thinking. And by the time I fall asleep, I know what I need to do.